Welcome back, everybody. My name is CringeyJesse, and this is another F1 Manager 23 video where we are at the United States COTA track this week. Another sprint weekend for us, and hopes of a better end result for both Pierre Gasly and Sophie, as Pierre Gasly went his first race without even making it a podium in over 12 weeks, I want to say 12 weeks. Anyway, Sophie still has yet to hit points, and that is what we're shooting for. However, we haven't done any actual upgrades to the car in a minute, and I believe other people have done upgrades. So we'll see how this one ends before I make up my mind on if I want to do more upgrades. But we got to see how this one ends first. Anyway, let's get into qualifying for the sprint race, and I will see you there. And here comes Pierre Gasly to set the time to beat. Purple Sector 1, green Sector 2, so someone's doing better than him in Sector 2. But that time to beat is going to be a 134.4. And here comes Flo, 2.3 seconds behind. Here comes Sophia Flores to finish out her second qualifying lap. Doing better in the second session or sector than the first, coming across. Improves her time, but not her position. P20. She will start for this race. And here comes Pierre Gasly to set his second lap here in Q2. Probably didn't have to pull him out, but because he went P12 in the last one, I was a little worried. No improvement on his time, it looks like, so P4 is where he will end. Shouldn't have brought him out anyway, it looks like. And now we speed up the track here on, looks like a Alpine. Not that Alpine. The other Alpine. He's going to go P6. Perez came out P5, dropping Gasly down to P6. And then there's Albon. We've made it in Q3, but let's see if Albon can make it into Q3. As he comes into the pit lane, so no, he will not make it to Q3. Here comes Pierre Gasly, not the fastest one on the lap. Can he beat out Zhou Guanyu's time? This comes across the line. No, he cannot. He's actually 1/10 slower than Zhou Guanyu, and that is worrisome for me. Here comes Pierre Gasly to set his final time for the sprint race as he comes around the last turn and over the line to improve up to P6. That's, it's not what we're used to. Right now we're looking at an Alpine on the front row here, as Perez and Verstappen have both finished their laps. We're watching Oscar Piastri now as he comes across the line here shortly. And he will be P2 behind his teammate Kevin Magnussen. As Sainz, who just happened to be next, looks like he's going into the pit lanes. And Gasly will start this race P7.
Things are hotting up here in Texas for the sprint. And it's lights out and away we go.
Here we are in COTA, starting in P7 and P20. As it is a sprint race, 19 laps. However, this will not be a one-stint race. There is rain coming somewhere around lap 6 or 7, it looks like. So we will see just exactly what these guys can do, because I will have them pushing on those soft tires until the rain gets here. And yes, both of them, we are even. Was that 2 spots in 1 turn from Sophie? Yes, it kinda. She was in front of Vershaw there for a second, but now she is behind him back in P19, but has moved up in front of Sonoda. I am going to go ahead and bring in Sophie. Yes, I am going to go ahead and bring in Sophie. I'm going to leave Gasly out for 1 more lap, and I'm going to push him really hard. And I'm going to hope that he can survive out there. As we watch Sophie come in, get her tires on, and be held up by other cars, putting her back. Oh, nope. 18th. She makes a pass on Ricardo. She makes a pass on Ricardo in the pit lanes. Maybe, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Here comes Gasly now on lap 7, getting his tires on, along with Albon and Pourchaire, with a 2.9 second. And here comes the rest of the pack now. Gasly getting out in P2, so it was a very smart move to keep him out there. Here we are, 2 laps to go with a dry track, barely, so DRS is active, and Gasly, almost said Piastri, Gasly will use it to his advantage, using that DRS to get up in front of Piastri right before the track turns back to damp. Crazier things have happened, and Gasly is having powertrain issues. But starting in P1 for the race here in COTA, Gasly comes around to finish the sprint race in first place, taking the maximum, well, not the maximum amount he possibly could, because he didn't get the fastest lap, but he will get P1 as we watch Sophie, who started in P20, moving up 2 spots to P18, passing Ricardo with pit stops, finishing this race P18, and will start the main race in P18.
Sit tight and get ready. It's the United States Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Did y'all see Piastri's car just kind of explode there? First of all. Second of all, yo, hold on. Hold on. And there's a yellow flag already at the front. First turn, once again. It looks like they're both okay.
Still maybe debris tonight.
Looks like they look like they're okay. What happened? We're watching Lance Stroll. Ooh, does he take out Max?
And not just one car involved in
Or is that...
as you
Ah,
can
that's
see.
Perez, ain't it?
Thankfully, after that, it seems
It is
the drivers
Perez.
are okay.
But it's okay. They're both driving. They're both out there. Flo already got passed by Sonoda. And is... Well, I mean, the wreck happened, so anyway. Anyway, at the end of the sprint, y'all saw that Gasly's engine was at like 49%. I switched out his engine before the race, fully expecting a penalty, and for him to drop back in the race. But it did not happen. He is P1.
Car in the wall at turn 7.
Car in the wall in turn 7. Kevin Magnussen has crashed. Let's take a look at that one. Coming in the S turns here. And just loses it. He is gone. I don't know if he's gone out of the race, but that man just... He went to spinning. Magnussen ended up P17. It looks like he is still out. Ooh, very slowly is he still out there. We turn this back on to ×2. Ooh, was that another wreck? Of course, Sophie would get... Sophie, you gotta be better than that. How do you get stuck? How do you get stuck behind the man with no tires? Gasly in to change his tires. It looked like Piastri stayed out there. So that's one spot lost as Perez is in as well. Mick Schumacher sitting P4. I didn't notice that until literally just now. Gasly coming out P2 though. 15 seconds behind Piastri. Florish is now in. She comes in at P17. See if she makes any kind of moves here. I don't know if that was like pit stop issues or she was just... it was pit stop issues. Okay. 7-second pit stop time for Florish as she's back down into P19. Kevin Magnussen has boxed for new tires, so he's actually out there racing right now. And Gasly, still 15 seconds behind Piastri, who is yet to box. Piastri has made it into the pit lanes finally, so Gasly, I'm sure, will take his spot back in P1, as he will. Sophie coming into box first, only because I missed the optimal for Gasly. So, they were supposed to both box. So here goes Sophie. 5.1 seconds. That is not the greatest. Gasly coming in P1, about 18 seconds, I think it was, before he started slowing down, maybe, in front of Piastri. As Piastri is coming down the pit lane walls. And in front of Gasly he goes by no more than 2 seconds. Magnussen in the pit lane as Sophie makes it back in front of him. Curious to see how far in front of him she will make it. 8 seconds. 10 seconds behind Sonoda, so almost exactly where she was before she boxed in the first place. Here comes Gasly on lap 40 to get back up into P1 in front of Piastri, who has still yet to box. Zhou Guanyu. Has Zhou Guanyu boxed? Zhou Guanyu has not boxed. Now there's Ocon. Or Leclerc. So it looks like Verstappen, most likely sitting P2. Piastri in the pit lane now. 15 seconds ahead of Zhou. What does Zhou do? Zhou stays out. Zhou gets in front of Piastri. And Piastri almost caught by Verstappen. So Piastri looking like he's P2. As coming to the end of the COTA race after getting a podium in Japan, not a win, not even podium in Singapore. Here we are in COTA, not his home race, but our home race. Gasly will take P1 once again in the F1 race, and Sophie will get P19, Magnussen P20.
The Frenchman was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here.
There really doesn't seem to be a way to stop them winning this year. Amazing consistency.
So, ladies and gentlemen, your podium for the United States Grand Prix.
And that, my friends, is the United States Grand Prix here in COTA, Circuits of the Americas. Pierre Gasly winning, I believe, his 12th race. Like I said, not winning in Japan. I think he got 3rd, if I remember correctly. Not getting on podium in Qatar. I think he got 4th. Can't remember. I know those videos just went up, but like I'm really bad at remembering exactly what spot they got. Anyway, Pierre Gasly winning this one, getting a total of 26 points for the race. Max Verstappen coming in second with 18 points, and Oscar getting third, 15 points for him. Then you have Sergio Perez, Zhou Guanyu, Esteban Ocon, Valtteri Bottas, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, and Lando Norris, both Mercedes getting points this week. Look at that. That is your top 10. Your bottom 10 is George Russell, Lance Stroll, Alexander Albon, Mick Schumacher, Daniel Ricciardo, Richard Verschoor, Theo Pourchaire, Yuki Tsunoda, Sophia Flores, and Kevin Magnussen. Moving on to the drivers, we have Pierre Gasly still in first with 418 points, Max Verstappen in second with 338 points, Oscar Piastri in third with 209 points, seemingly running away from Kevin Magnussen for that third spot. Speaking of Kevin, he is in P4. Then you have Sergio, Zhou Guanyu, Esteban Ocon, Valtteri Bottas moving up another spot this week to P8, where Charles Leclerc will drop down to P9. Then there's George Russell in P10. That's your top 10. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, and I know I have. That was sarcasm. George Russell just looks like an AI robot. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Anyway, Carlos Sainz in P11, Lando Norris, Lance Stroll, Theo Pourchaire, Daniel Ricciardo, Alexander Albon, Richard Verschoor, Mick Schumacher, Yuki Tsunoda, and Sophia Flourish, the only person on the grid to yet score a point. We really need you to score a point. Please score a point. Please. Moving on to the constructors, we have Red Bull on top with 492 points for the season. Has 418 for the season, P2. We have to score more than them if we want to catch up to them. I'm just saying. Alpine with 380 points in P3. Then you have McLaren, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, Aston Martin moving up a spot today to P8, AlphaTauri dropping down to P9, and Williams, who have gained an extra 2 points today, now sitting at 5 points, but still singular digits, sitting in P10. And that, my friends, was the United States Grand Prix in Texas, COTA, Circuits of the Americas. Anyway, I messed it up. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, it's been a minute, but like I said, I am back. I am feeling better. And I have a long weekend. So, honestly, I can see us finishing up this 2026 season this weekend. Well, my weekend. And then we'll be on the 2027 season to start of, who knows, maybe even at the end of this weekend. We'll see. Anyway, up next is Mexico. So it's a very, very fast track. Very few slow turns. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's in 4 days. Really, I'm thinking about more upgrades because that's just what I'm thinking about. I would like more upgrades. But I don't know. We'll see. I think Pierre Gasly is safe in the Drivers' Championship. However, I still want to make a push for the Constructors. Also, however, I think we're way above what we're supposed to be in the Constructors, so I really shouldn't complain. We're only supposed to be 5th or above, and if I feel like if I come in 2nd, they're going to expect higher expectations of me the next season. So I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, if you like the video, please like the video. And if you can't wait for the next video, hit that subscribe button. Like I've said multiple times, those 2 buttons don't do anything but boost my confidence while making these videos. However, I still enjoy making these videos as much as I hope that you enjoy watching these videos. Anyway, whatever it is you do outside of YouTube, I hope you have fun doing it. I hope you have a great life in success in whatever it is that you do. But until next time, have fun doing it. I will see you. I still need a better outro. I do. I have a great intro. I wouldn't even say it's great. I just have a good one. I need a better outro. Anyway, you kids have fun. I'll see you next time.